This example is about polar coordinates, that we have to find the polar coordinates when the rectangular coordinates are given. Okay, we have rectangular coordinates, means x equal to -2 is given, y is equal to -2 square root of 3 is given. So values, we have to find the polar coordinates. We have to find the r and we have to find the theta. Okay, so let me explain in detail with you. So this is the explanation of this question. Okay, so follow this one. Okay, now we have to find the polar coordinates. Okay, find the polar coordinates, and the rectangular coordinates are given, which is -2 square root of 3. Okay, so it means if we have this rectangular coordinate, okay, if we have this rectangular coordinate, that lies which quadrant? X is negative, y is negative. In the first quadrant, x is positive, y is positive. Okay, in the second quadrant, x is negative, y is positive. In the third quadrant, x is negative, y is negative. In the fourth quadrant, x is positive, but y is negative. So we have the rectangular coordinates which are both negative. It means it is lie in this interval, in this region. So you can say the point, this point, somewhere in the third third quadrant. Okay, so if we find the r and theta, the theta angle should be in between. This is angle is pi, this angle is 3 pi by 2, so the angle should be between pi and 3 pi by 2. Okay, now r, how we can find r? We have a formula that r square should equal to x square plus y square. Okay, so substitute the values. R square will becomes -2 whole square plus -2 square root of 3 whole square. Okay, so r square will becomes 4 plus 4 and square root of 3 square is 3. So r square will become 4 multiplied by 3, 12 plus 4 is 16. So r will become plus minus square root of 16. Square root of 16. So we can write r is equal to plus 4 and minus 4. So this is the case when you have r minus 4. Now come towards the theta. Come towards the theta. Theta is equal to tangent inverse of y over x. Okay, so if I substitute the value tangent inverse, what is y? Y is -2 square root of 3, and what is x? -2. Okay, so what I will got, -2 and -2 cancel, theta is equal to tangent inverse of square root of 3. So from the calculator, can you find from the calculator? That what is the tangent inverse of square root of 3? 60 and more, any other value? 60 is right. I know 60 is right. Any other value you got for this one? Can you check for 240? Can you check for 240? Angle 240. Is this give you the same number or no? For 240, theta is 240. Can you check?
What teacher?
Value
Can you
of,
repeat this?
I said, you said 60, okay? Tangent of 60 degree is equal to square root of 3. Can you check for tangent of 240 degree? What is equal to this one? Check for 240. What will be the value? Tangent of 240. 1.73. 1.73 is equal to square root of 3. Okay? And tangent of 60 is also 1.73. Okay? Now, I told you that our point is in third interval. 60 degree is here in first interval. 240 degree is in third interval. So which one we will take? 60 or 240? 240. So it means theta is equal to 240. So you can write 240 into 4 pi over 3. Okay. So what will be the polar coordinate? 4 and 4 is the radius and angle is 4 pi by 3. So this is r and theta. Got it? Understand?
Teacher,
Yes or
can
no?
you repeat the last part?
Okay, I will repeat. Okay, see. We want to check the tangent inverse of square root of 3. Okay? You find from the calculator that is 60 degree. Okay? But you know the point is -2 and -2 square root of 3 that lies here. But 60 degree at here, 60 degree is first quadrant. So I said you to check for 240. When you check for the 240, you will find that lies in this interval. So we need 240 degree and 240 is equivalent to 4 pi by 3. So this is the polar coordinate for this rectangular coordinate, which is 4 is the radius r and 4 pi by 3 is the theta. Okay? Now it's clear, or repeat again with detail more?
Teacher, we chose 24 because x and y minus.
Yes, that's why.
Okay.
Okay, see here, because we have an interval of we have this point -2 and -2 square root of 3. X is negative, y is negative, so it lies here in this interval. Okay, this is angle 0, this is pi by 2, this is pi, this is 3 pi by 2. Okay, so pi is 180, 3 pi by 2 is 270. Okay, so the theta should be in between 80 and 270. So we got theta is equal to 240, so we choose this point. Okay, so this is the reason why we choose 4 pi by 3. Understand? Okay, good. Now there is another question that we have to find the polar coordinates. We have to find the polar coordinates when we have to find the rectangular coordinates when polar coordinates are given. Remember one thing, when the polar coordinate is given, and you have to find the rectangular coordinates, then you have to use this formula. X is equal to r cosine of theta, y is equal to r sine of theta. When you have rectangular coordinates and you have to find the polar coordinates, you have to use this formula. R square is equal to x square plus y square, and tangent of theta is equal to y over x. Okay, so if you remember these two formulas, that it will be very easy for you to solve any question, either in the form of polar coordinate, either in the form of rectangular coordinates. So for example, in this example, polar coordinates are given. Okay, polar coordinates are given, which are 6 and pi by 6. You have to find rectangular coordinates. Okay, so we have to find the rectangular coordinates where r is equal to 6 and theta is equal to 6. So we have a formula to finding the rectangular coordinates, that is x is equal to r cosine of theta. I substitute the value here. R is 6, cosine of theta is pi by 6. 6 and cosine of pi by 6. Pi by 6 means 30. Okay, and cosine of 30 means square root of 3 divided by 2. Okay, so which is equal to 3 into square root of 3. Similarly, you can find y, which is equal to r sine of theta, which is equal to 6 into sine of pi by 6, and sine of 30 is 1 by 2. So 1 by 2 is equal to 3. So you have x and y coordinate, which is equal to 3 into square root of 3, and this is 3. Okay, this is how you can find the rectangular coordinates. Okay, can you help me to solve this one? Anybody can you help? If the polar coordinates are given, okay, that is 7 and 2 pi by 3. Okay, so r is equal to 7 and theta is equal to 2 pi by 3. Can you help me to solve this one? How we can solve? Anybody?
Teacher,
Yes.
7 cosine
Yes.
2 by 3.
X is equal to 7 cosine 2 pi by 3. Okay. So what will be the value of 2 pi by 3? 2 pi by 3 means 120. Okay. So if you can't calculate, you can calculate by this one. Okay. So cosine of 120. Cosine of 120 is minus 1 over 2, which is equal to minus 7 over 2. Now similarly you can find y, which is 7 sine of 2 pi by 3, which is equal to 7, and sine of 2 pi by 3 is square root of 3 divided by 2, which is equal to 7 to square root of 2. Okay, so this is how you can calculate the x and y. I give another one and you have to solve and tell me in a quick way. The polar coordinates are given minus 6 and minus 5 pi by 6. Tell me, you have 5 minutes to solve and tell me the answer. Don't see the notes. Don't see the lecture notes and solve by yourself. Okay? What you will get are x and what you will get y. Okay, so for 5 pi by 6, I will tell you 5 pi by 6, that is minus 6, and 5 pi by 6 means 150, minus 150. Okay, calculate and tell me the answer now. Just give me the direct answer. Anybody calculate or not yet? X is equal to 5.19, okay, and Y is equal to and Y is equal to, just quick. This is right. Y is equal to 3. Very good. So this is how you can calculate the rectangular coordinates. This is right. You can simplify, you can write also 3.59159, that is 3 into square root of 3, and this is 3. Okay, so this is when you have the polar coordinates and you can find the rectangular coordinates. Now there is another question, and it is little tricky. The method is same, but there is some trick in the question. I will explain here. A point is given in rectangular coordinate. We have to find two pairs of polar coordinates. We have to find two pairs, okay? Before we find only one r and one theta. Now we have to find the two pairs of polar coordinates for the point. One pair, the condition for one pair is one pair satisfying this condition, which is r should be greater than or equal to 0 and theta is in between 0 and 2 pi. Okay, and the second pair satisfying this condition, that r should be greater than or equal to 0 and theta is in between minus 2 pi and 0. Okay, so this is the question, that we have to find the polar coordinates. Okay, we have to find the polar coordinates, two polar coordinates. For one polar coordinate, this is the condition. Okay, for second polar coordinate, this is the condition that r is greater than 0 and theta is in between minus 2 pi and 0. Okay, so the rectangular coordinates are given. What are the rectangular coordinates? A part, the rectangular coordinate is given 5 and 0, minus 5 and 0. This is minus 5 and 0. Okay, for this point you have to find two polar coordinates. Two polar coordinates. One satisfy this value and one satisfy this one. Okay. For finding the polar coordinate, we have to use the same method. X is given which is equal to minus 5, y is given which is equal to 0. For polar coordinates, we use r square is equal to x square plus y square. Substitute the value of x and substitute the value of y. You will get r square is equal to 25, r is equal to plus minus 5. So which r is equal to 5 I will take only. Why? Because for both the cases r is greater than or equal to 0. So it means that we can't take minus 5. We have to take only r is equal to 5 for both the points. Okay. Now two different points pairs we need, it means two different angles we need. R should be same. Okay, because for both the conditions, R condition is same. But the condition of theta is changed. How we will find theta? We have a formula that tangent theta is equal to y over x. Tangent of theta is equal to y is what? 0 and x is what? Minus 5. It means tangent of theta is equal to 0 implies theta is equal to tangent inverse of 0. Okay. Now anybody can tell me what is the tangent inverse of 0? 0, yes, right. But what is the point? Point is minus 5 and 0. Minus 5 and 0 points lies here. It means it is the second quadrant. 0 is in here. So another point, you have to choose another angle. Can you check for angle 180? Can you check for 180? Is this equal to 0 or not? 115. For 115 it is not equal to 0. I know. For 180, 180. Check for 180. Is this equal to 0 or not? Zero. It means we can take the theta is equal to 180 which is equal to pi. Okay. So what is the first polar coordinate? First polar pair 5 and pi. This is the first polar pair. Pi lies in between 0 and 2 pi which satisfies this condition. Now talking about the second pair. Second pair is opposite of the first pair. Second pair is the opposite of the first pair. See, this angle is 180. I find this angle is 180. Okay. Now, if you want to take the opposite of this one, you have to go this side. So this side means minus 180. So the second pair will become 5 and minus 5. Is this clear? Is this clear? This step. Why I take minus 5? Okay, for Hamad is okay. For any other, for Both Hamad is okay. What about, okay, Sultan? Okay, this is clear. Now, if we have another point, how we can find for these when the point is like this one? We have one point which is 2 into square root of 3 and the point is minus 2. Using the same conditions, that first pair should be greater than or equal to 0 and is in between 0 and 2 pi, and for the second pair r should be greater than 0 and theta is in between minus 2 pi and 0. Okay, so you have to find the polar coordinates. R square is equal to x square plus y square. R square is equal to 2 into square root of 3 square plus minus 2 square. R square will become 4 into 3 plus 4. R square is equal to 16 and R is equal to plus minus 4. So I will take only 4 because we have the condition that R should be greater than or equal to 0. Okay, now talk about theta. Theta is equal to tangent inverse of y by x. Okay, so that is equal to tangent inverse of what is y? Y is this one, and what is x? This one. 2 and 2 cancel. So what I will got? Theta is equal to tangent inverse of 1 over minus 1 over square root of 3. Minus 1 over square root of 3. What is the angle? What will be the angle? Theta is equal to what? Calculate. For tangent inverse of minus 1 over square root of 3. Anybody calculate? Tangent inverse of minus 1 over square root of 3. Minus 30. Okay, Hamad, tell me that minus 30 lies in between 0 and 2 pi? Yes or no? No. Okay. So it means there must be another point which satisfy this one. Okay. You calculate 30, which is minus 30. Minus 30 means this one. This is minus 30, right? Minus 30 means opposite of 30. We draw the 30 like this one. We draw 30 like this one, okay, and minus 30 is this side. Okay, now minus 30 is this one, but you have to find the point which lies here. So how you can find? How you can find? It is very easy. If you got 30, this is minus 30, okay. The opposite of this one, the opposite of this one is this direction, and this direction is 330, right? This is 30 and this is 330. That will give you 360. So if you check for theta 330, you will find that is equal to minus 1 square root of 3, and which is equal to 11 pi over 6. Okay, got it? So it means the first polar coordinate is 4 and 11 pi over 6. This is the first polar coordinate. What about the second one? Second one we already find what Hamad said, this is minus 30. So the 4 and minus 30 means minus pi over 6. So this is the second polar coordinate. This polar coordinate for this interval and this one is for this interval. Okay, understand? This is how you can find the polar coordinates whenever you have any interval or any condition is given. Okay, so when there is opposite of angles, it is very easy to find the opposite directions. For example, I give you the examples. If the first angle is this angle is equal to what? This angle is equal to what? 270. Yes, 270 is right. Okay. What about if I take the opposite of this one? So what will be this angle? -90. But it is opposite, so that means it is -90. Okay? Got it? When you are taking the anti-clockwise direction, okay, this is what? This is anti-clockwise and this is clockwise direction. You have to take negative sign because the circle is anti-clockwise. Okay, in this direction. If I give you another example, now if I say this one is this angle is 120. Okay, so opposite of this one is this angle. Okay, so what will be the angle? What will be the minus 240? Very good, minus 240. Ibrahim, the opposite, this is 120, okay? If 120 you already calculate, just subtract with this one, with 360, you will got 240 and it is opposite direction, so you will put negative. Okay, similarly, you can find this one. This is 330. Okay, 330, and opposite of this angle is -30 because 330 and 30 is 60. So this is how you can calculate the angles when you have two different conditions are given for the theta. See, this is the theta is 0 and 2 pi, and another condition is given that theta is between 2 pi and 0. They are opposite, right? They are opposite. So it is very easy to calculate. Just reverse the order and go towards the angle. What you will got will be the theta. Okay. So this is how you can calculate the polar coordinates when any condition is given to you.